Here we are, project never ender. It won't get done if I don't work on it. So I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to get off my ass. I'm going to get back on this. One of the important things that I got it down off the lift, pushed it forward so I could work on the interior. I've had these nice Corbeau suspension seats. Now I ain't 100% sure I love them because they're a little high-sided, but I got to make brackets before I know. When I sit them in there and try to prop them up, I can't hardly get in and out of them, but once they're mounted solid, maybe that'll change. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to make some brackets to go. These seats, they got 4 legs on the bottom, 14-inch span front and back. I'm just going to make simple brackets, 5-inch, 3.5-inch, give it a little kick, put it in there, see how I like it. Pretty simple in theory. Here's what we got going on here. So basically, weld that on there. That's my 5-inch one. Hole through there. Hold it to the seat. If I like it, then I'll drill holes through here. Go bolt through the floor, grade 8, and then I'll make a plate to go in the bottom of the floor to make it nice and strong. The factory really just has crimped in, like welded in like nuts anyway, so I think this will be strong. Got myself a new tool. I was down at Home Depot. They got cages on everything. Home Depot's like shopping in a prison, but they had these for $119. I'm going to open this bad boy up. I got so many cords. Sometimes, like, I got a 6-inch cutoff wheel, and then I got sometimes a grinding wheel, and then I got a sanding disc wheel. So sometimes I got 3 grinders going at once, 3 cords. So I've been seeing these, and I went in there, and it was $119 for the tool, which I got batteries and chargers everywhere. So this will get rid of 1 cord. If you're anything like me, you hate cords. I hate cords. Wish I could get Milwaukee to sponsor me here. I love Milwaukee tools. I've been an electrician my whole life, so I've always used them. They're more popular than ever right now, but I've always used them. Probably throw that guard away. Don't need no guard. All right. Cardboard. Fire starter. Let's see what we got here. I got you. We'll figure it out. I had a brand new disc. I know. I grabbed a brand new disc. I just went and got it. Where did you go, old brand new disc? Where did you go? Voila. This is what I don't like about it. It won't set up. It should sit straight up. I can already tell that. I think that battery angle's weird. That's weird. Whatever. You want to grind something? It's easier to clean it up before you cut it off. That way it'll hold itself kind of. I got to clean all this up anyway to weld it, so I might as well. Now I'm going to make these 3.5. I'm guessing. God dang it. Always get your foot caught on everything. Alright. This is a pretty exciting time because I've just been moving them around. I haven't been able to sit in the truck with them in the right spot. So this is fun to actually get to see how they're going to fit. Got some stainless grade 5 hardware, in case you're wondering. Fine thread. Just some nice kit I had over there. Figure I'd use them up. Washer, lock washer, nut. These aren't adjustable. These are just for me, so yeah. Jennifer's not much shorter than me, so she should be able to drive it too. I'm thinking I either got too much in the front or not enough in the back. Kind of see. I just don't want much. I don't want anybody to see anything. You know, I'm trying to keep it clean in there. I think it's going to be hard to get into with those high sides. I'm probably regretting buying these, and I paid a lot of money for them. See if I can even get in. Got to adjust the door. That feels pretty good, honestly. Once they're bolted in, you just manhandle it. Just crawl in. Not as comfortable as you think they would be. But daggone, that's pretty close. Got plenty of room for my guy. He's better with a shorter tilt column. I'd like the wheel to be down and away from me a little bit. I like it. I'm just sitting here getting a feel. It's the first time I've ever sat comfortably in here. It's really not too bad. My foot's perfect on the gas pedal, honestly. Like it just rests right where the gas pedal will be. So that's nice. The brake pedal's close. Clutch pedal's dead, but we'll be working someday. But hey, not bad for a few minutes work. I think I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna take the stupid gun rack out. It's broke anyway. It's got a gun rack in there, but it's been manhandled over the years. It's gonna come out and I'll get them in there straight. It bent me getting out, but once I get it in there bolted in, I'll just go in. I mean, if I don't like them, I'll run them for a little while and take them out. Honestly, it's money spent, so you might as well use it. But it's clean that way, just a clean black bracket. I'll paint those black. That's all you'll see. And it'll be, I'm just trying to keep it sanitary. So, we're not going to have anything we don't need, but that's it for that. I'm going to build the other one. There's no reason to show you that. I'll probably just show you when they're all four done. I'm painting them, finished, installed. I'll bolt them down, drill my holes, cut a little slit in the carpet, drill my holes through. It'll take me a little while, but I'll get them bolted in there. Then the shifter, I can get that, my Kill Duff, shifter, I can get it mounted now that I know where the seats are at. So the cable's underneath the tunnel, just ready to come in and hook in. It's already hooked to the transmission. So I gotta do one to get the other done, and that's what we're doing now. So there's really no adjustment in that. There's no one short enough for it to come forward. So if anything, I'll make a gas pedal extension or something if she can't drive it, but this is really this is my beast, but, I want her to be able to drive everything we own. So that makes me feel good. If you do something like that, you can sleep better at night knowing that you got something done. It's raining outside. There's nothing to do. There's nothing on TV. They're lying to you anyway. Get in here and get something done. I'm going to blend that in better. I just shot it with some paint. But once I get it out and I start buffing it, put some patina on there, I don't know what I'll do, sweet patina probably, but I want to buff the truck down and, wet sand it all down one more time before I do anything, which will include blending in those rockers. Those are brand new rockers, cab corners, brand new floor edges. The truck's solid. It may have some rust on the outside, but this is one of the most solid 68 GMCs you're going to find. I got adjusted doors. I got brand new steels, and that's it. I'm going to make another set of brackets, 3.5 and 5s, and we're good. I'm waiting on some stuff to come in the mail to try to get it running, and I'm just trying not to bore you with it, but I got to work on it. So we'll see you here in a little bit. All right, I'm back. Fast forwarded through all the boring stuff. Here they are. That dang stink bug come to life. He must have been inside that. He probably got hot. Probably welding probably warmed him up. Just gonna wipe him down with some thinner. Get all the carbon off of him. I'm just gonna spray paint him. Let him sit. I'm gonna be ready to install them. Got all my holes drilled. Got them cleaned up. So I got holes right here for the seats, and I already got my holes drilled to go through the floor. Bolt, grade 8, grade 5, grade 8 bolt screw, plate on the bottom. It'd be great unless we wreck. If we wreck, I ain't that worried about it. I'll probably die anyway, so who cares if the seat breaks loose, you know what I mean? Like, bolt it in there, make it look good. If it breaks free and kills you, then you're dead. So, don't let that stop you. Clean rag, give them the old 1-2. It's not really a show truck, but something I want to be proud of. I put a lot of work in this truck. I built it my own style. It's kind of a rat rod, long bed, hippie piece of crap like me, so we are going to use it and abuse it. Alright. I had the old, the color place here. That's all I use, color place. Had that over in front of the stove. It's kind of like powder coating when you do that. I shook it up, don't worry. Use my Sawzall. I'll come back tomorrow and give him another coat. I'll probably give him 2 coats tonight. Then you know you'll miss some spots. So I'll come back, flip them around, redo them. But me and the old color place here, that's all we do. Custom. If you bring your car here, I'll use this stuff on yours if you pay up front. I got 2 different fees. But if I'm using this, you're paying big money. Honestly, I don't want any customers, so don't come over. I'm just doing this for fun. Unless you got 50 grand, I'll build you the baddest car you ever seen for $50,000 cash later. It's going to take me 6 months, so you think that's a lot? It's not. So take yourself $50,000 and start buying tools. It's warm. It's going on good. Five minutes, drink a beer, come back, spray it again. Then we'll spray it again tomorrow. Then maybe we'll spray it again on Friday. But we're going to bolt them down and we're going to have seats. I made a little shifter bracket here. My shifter sits like this. So I made a little bracket to kick it up, angle cut it, bolts, 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 boom. Easy does it. Simple. You do everything as simple as you can. Unless you're some kind of engineer. And if you're an engineer, I can't help you. You're just going to do things wrong anyway, no matter what anybody says, because you went to school. So, engineer your way into it. I've honestly never seen an engineer have a cool car. So, that's the truth, you know, like mechanical engineer, stuff like that. They don't have nothing cool. They just went to school and they're real smart. And that blocks them. After that, after you get so smart, you can't do nothing like this because you're too smart. You went to school and stuff, but not all like that. I'm just ranting. I'm an electrician and we're pretty stupid too, so don't take offense. But anyways, that's my goal today. 4 brackets and a shifter mount. It's done. I can get the truck back on the lift and start finishing up everything. I got parts coming. I had no idea it was going to take so long to get here. But Womp, womp, womp. We're getting ready to call it a night, and we'll catch you back on something cool tomorrow. Bye. Perfect hole every time. If you don't do that, you're going to snag your carpet, make a mess. So, tips from Tim. That's how you make a hole in your carpet without messing it up. Follow me for more fun. We're going to mount these in here. We're almost done with the interior. What's going on, everybody? It's Sunday night. Nobody's around, so I'm going to get a few things done while I can. And one of those things is finishing the brake lines on the 68 GMC LS Turbo truck, our race car. So I've always just kind of been self-taught, so that don't mean the greatest all the time. So took me a little while to catch on to the old double flare on the brake lines and everything, but it's really not a big deal. You just need these little dies right here, and they come in a kit. Kit looks just like this. It's just got different dies in it. Comes with that. Comes with this is in it. This is your double flare kit. Basically, just we're going to show you here. I cut it how I needed it. I just kind of opened that up a little bit. I just got a small Phillips screwdriver. We're just taking the burr off of it from cutting it. Then the die will fit in there like that. All right. So here's our little device. We got 3/16, so we're going smallest hole. And you want to I leave about 1/4 inch sticking up. I don't know what's right. That's what I've been having luck with. Tighten her up. Pittsburgh gear wrench said, not today. All right. Got her sticking up here. Just a little bit. And I'll show you up close here. Stick your die in there. Take your whatever they call this. Stick it on that. There's a nipple on top of your die. All you're doing is flattening that down till that die is level on your tool. Take that back off. I just get a pair of pliers and get me a little something to get it out of there. Should come out fairly easy. Just got to break that steel. Whoa, get back here. All right, now we've created a little flat spot in there. And now we're just going to go back to our tool. 45-degree flare on there. Stick that down in there. And now we're just going to make a nice double flare. Forgot my fitting. It's all right. I can put it on from the back side. As long as I don't forget the next one. Forgot my daggone fitting. You always tell yourself, I'm not going to forget that fitting, but you do. Everybody's humans. We make mistakes every day. This is the last brake line on the truck that I got to run. All right, that'd look much better if I'd got that right the first time. I had everything bent pretty nice. All right, So I don't know why I did this, and you can give me your thoughts on this because I don't know. Factory had a little coil right there at this master cylinder. So I just had plenty of tubing. I bought these whole kits. They're only $25 for the whole kit, tubing and all. So this is the last one. I'm going to go over here and stick it on. Let me get a wrench. Can't get the angle right. Alright, it was over top the other line. I didn't like that because it's going to cross over each other. Look like hell. Fix it now. Go on with your life. Got these little rubber things. I buy these at Harbor Freight. Every time I go in there, I get a little clear plastic case of them. They're just so handy, man. They work for wires, lines, little rubber strap, little metal straps with rubber on them. I'm just putting two together here to create me a makeshift brake line bracket. Got me a little too much bolt sticking out, but sometimes use that extra bolt for your bracket. Sometimes they're hard to work with. That's the ain't lining up. Sometimes you just gotta give them a little reshaping. Yeah, it goes right in. So these are the smallest ones in the kit. And I don't hardly use them for anything else. So that makes it pretty handy, I think. Them kits are only like $5. Might need to drill holes in my inner fender wells. That'll make it look real nice. Drill a few holes right there. Stick some bolts in there. I think I might do that. Maybe. Make good use of the extra bolt. I'm tired of drilling holes. But it's right there. I should do it right now. So easy. Need a smaller drill. Alright. I don't know if you can see that, but I use the extra bolt. I'm going to stick it right in the inner fender well there. Have me a perfect little brake line mount for really pennies. Get that nice look for pennies. Alright. Now they're spaced up off the... I'll get a close up. Get them looking good. You can see what I mean there. Got a bolt through there. I'll straighten the lines up. Couple mounts. Pretty simple. We'll put another one over here for this guy. Keep going. It's one thing done. So I ordered these injector adapters. Finally got the right ones. They're pretty hard to put on though. They are tight. I got one on. They're real tough to get on. We are starting to get somewhere. I bought the wrong injectors. I bought the injectors before I had the Terminator X. And Terminator X won't plug into my injectors. I probably should have just bought new injectors a while back. I didn't know it was going to turn into such a fiasco. They are real hard to get on. A little lube probably don't hurt that O-ring. Gosh, some kind of glove, man. Them things are poking up out of there on me. All right, just got my paperwork out. 1357. These are labeled. Injector 5, injector 7, right here. Can't go wrong. Terminator X's. Got it all mapped out for you. If I have problems, I know where it's going to be. It's going to be right here in these injectors. Injector 5, but we're farther along than we've ever been. Dang, dude. So frustrating. I hate fuel injected cars. So far in my life, I hate them. Won't go on. Wow. It's really kicking my ass, to be honest with you. Don't know what else to say, but it's kicking my ass. Yeah, I think I'll just throw an LS in this truck. 4 years later, we're still working on it. All right, well, not the most confident guy in the world, but they're on there. These are the most boring videos on the internet. EF6 connector plug and play. If you're strong enough to squeeze the little microscopic units. Just got beat on them. God dang, they're hard to get on. But they go on. That one went right on. That's awesome. I hate to do it, but that seems to work the best. Michael Jackson. Just beat it. Even if it's wrong, it worked. Injector 6. Man, I got a lot going on. Went right on. I can't fix it with a hammer. Don't need it. All right. Didn't break none that I know of. All right. Well, we've never had that. So we're doing good. All right, somewhere along the line, somebody gave me this cool dipstick, but the hole is tiny. I mean, tiny. I had to dig through every funnel I could find, and then I had to make one. I already put 1 gallon in it. This is the last fluid other than fuel. So I'm hoping here, man, hopefully here in the next few days. I don't think I'll need any parts to make it run that I don't have. Takes forever to pour a gallon in. So I'm dry. I got a new converter, 4L80E. So So I'm gonna put 2 gallon in it, then we'll go from there. Maybe I shouldn't put the full 2 gallon in it till I fire it up. Down to a few boost reference lines, but that won't keep me from starting it. Get this in, I'm gonna raise it up, finish that brake line. Got the shifter mounted, seats mounted. We're gonna change the steering column and the steering box, but that won't keep us from starting it. Let's see, I gotta get a fan belt or a pulley belt. I got it cut, it's in my truck. Next time I'm in town, I'm gonna grab one of those. So I get serpentine belt on it, that'll be a major accomplishment. Got oil in it, transmission fluid in it, coolant, gotta get coolant in it. But I need a little radiator hose yet, still gotta make that. I got dual training coolers in the back, so it's gonna take a lot of fluid. It's kind of boring, isn't it? Hopefully she'll fast forward through this. People want to see me working. Here I am working. That's all I do. Work on my stuff. Support my kid and work on my stuff. Hang out with Jennifer and Sammy and her dogs. All right, I got a 3rd gallon, but we'll probably cool it on that for a while. Put this in there just so we don't lose it. It's a really nice dipstick some guy gave me I worked for. All right, I think my turbo bolt's loose. Let's check those real quick. Yeah, I never tighten those up. We've been leaking oil. Doing a crisscross pattern. Once I get the truck fired up, I'm gonna go back, go over everything on it. Every bolt, fire it up, let it run for a little bit. Then I wanna go back through everything once before I drive it. Just checking everything on here. All right, now got my wrench stuck in there. I just seen on my idler pulley, so I better get that out. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. These are the front brake lines, and my brake line goes on the inside, but for some reason the outside's threaded, but it's not standard typical thread. It's a pipe thread. So what I did is I have these bushings, and they come in gauge kits, like they're adapters. Whenever you buy gauges, you're just left over with a bunch of these. So I started digging, and I found that they screw right on. All right, so what I did was I took my cutoff wheel and I cut one down to where to screw right on there. All right, so I'll show you again. If you ever run into anything like this, this is a case of Tim doing something with nothing. I took spare parts that I've moved around for years, and I cut it down, and I used what I had. No trip to the parts store. Here's why I wanted to use that. Right here is a hole in my frame that this fits right in. And then if I need to, I got air rides, so I want to move up and down. So I got a tab here. I can put that in, drill a hole, whatever I got to do. But that's real clean. And then I go in here I just kind of invented this today because, you know, when you need something, sorry for the glare, it's hard to film under here, but it pops through right up here. Right there it is. Put my keeper on it. Easier said than done. I got the line right there in my way. There we go. Got her on there. Tighten that baby down. Let me grab my wrenches. It's tight fit, but she's in there. Put this on here. Ain't sure what happened, but she was hung up on there. But I don't know if you can see that right here. That creates a nice little keeper. So I just gotta basically get this line right here in there. So I'm gonna grab a fitting and flare, put the fitting on and flare it before I start bending it. I got my fitting in my hand. Here it is. Here's the line. Let's clean up the end. It's gonna be a little harder to do it from underneath. I got my fitting on there. See, it's in my mouth. See how easy that is? Stupid. All right. I got upgraded to a 13. The half was sticking, and we really can't be having that because we ain't got no room to work. Forgot my fitting again. All right. Alrighty. Now, kick the camera. So we got to get this into there. So shouldn't be too hard. Let me throw my bendy on there. All right, I put that one together before I figured out the nut trick. There's no fluid in it. I haven't put any fluid in the brakes yet. So now's my time to fix it. All right. Well, we had transmission leak. I raised it up, tightened the pan up. That stopped. Got the shifter cable tight. We're getting there, man. I mean, there's not a whole lot left to do. Brakes are done. Bleed the brakes, start getting fluid in that system. We're getting there. I got a belt coming as soon as I go to get it. I guess it ain't coming. I gotta go get it. There's a difference there. So, Let's think. Let me think here. What else? What else can I do? I got the injectors in. I got the adapters to the injectors in, I should say. Got the injector harness in. Brake lines are run. Transmission's full. I mean, we're so close. We're so close. I gotta make a -6 fuel line, which I'm not looking forward to that because that stuff's hard to work with. So we might as well just do it. I gotta cut this down, put this on. Big grinders are too hot. They create too much heat and it frays the wire. So I use my little cut-off wheel. Works pretty good. I don't know why, but my hose won't reach. So what I do, yep. Big grinder's too hot. It'll create too much heat. So I just take this guy, go around it. Leave the tape on there. All right, we got it cut. It frays a little bit. I try to leave the tape on there, at least about 1.5 turns of tape on there. If you got more than that, you're really gonna fight it. But you need some tape in there to kind of hold its shape. And I try to get the tape. This is old school braided line here. I mean, this is AN fittings, Army, Navy, aeronautical, whatever you want to call it. It's probably aeronautical. So if you make one of these right, it'll never leak until it gets old. Basically, we got to get this nut down over that. And the way I do that is throw it in the vise. I need to get some soft jaws, I guess, as much as I deal with this stuff, but I don't have them yet. It's a lot of stuff I don't have yet. I just got doing this full time. All right, so kind of take this and get them all inside there. Kind of get it started. Helps to have something to poke with as you're going, which I didn't get. Actually, I do it the other way around. If you want to be honest, I stick a line in here back far where you won't hurt it. And I give it a little tightness. And I get me a socket. This probably ain't the right way to do it. I probably shouldn't show you this. This probably ain't the best way to do it, but it works. I told you I'm self-taught. You gotta get all them little frays inside there. The harder they are, the smaller they are, the harder they are to work with. I just get it started just a little bit where you think it'll go. Take your tape off. Really like that. Put a little lube in there. I like to. It's a little crooked. It ain't perfect, but it ain't gonna leak. All right, same thing with this crazy end. Same thing, we're putting a straight on. Straights are a little easier to work with. So let's finish this up. It's about 5 things I'm gonna get marked off the list tonight. Little Swiss Army, actual Swiss Army knife laying here. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird sometimes the stuff you have laying around that somebody paid good money for. You ever think of that? You ever look at your stuff and be like, man, if you didn't buy it new, but somebody did, but you don't even care about it? Okay. Why ain't there no air blowing through it? Huh. And there's literally no air blowing through that. I don't understand it. Felt like it was clogged. Stink bugs in my line. Valuable lesson. This was laying there, and I just blowed through it for no reason, and it was clogged. So you'd have never known why your stuff didn't run, why your injectors quit working. Always check your stuff. Man, I would have never known what was wrong. You seen it. You lived through it with me. Stink bugs, man. That was like a colony. They formed up. And you're probably gonna laugh at me for this, but we're going from dash 10 to 6 because eventually I'm gonna change the regulator. I'm gonna put a boost reference regulator on it. I don't have that right now because I'm a fool. But this is the last piece of the fuel line for the whole truck. And it had a bug living in it, but I think we got it squared away. I think we got the bug evicted. And I know it looks funny, but that's what it is. All right, this is pretty exciting. We're going to top off our fuel system. This will finish the line from until I change the. Eventually, going to have to change the regulator. Even though I got a $250 regulator, it's not going to work. Gotta figure out where to run this from the valve cover. I got a port underneath the intake. I'll probably run it to that. Need all available vacuum I can get. So I gotta put that port on. Hopefully I can still get to it. Yep. So I got that. Got the fuel throttle cable to figure out. Got a fuel pressure sensor and a mat sensor. It's the only two sensors left to hook up, other than the wastegate vacuum lines, reference tubes. Other than that, man, we're cooking. I'm gonna open up that master cylinder, put some fluid in there, start getting the seals wet. I know I gotta go back here and tighten this up real quick. I jerked this loose before I went to Florida, and I didn't get it tight. No, you can't see it, so just watch me. Watch me. Gotta get another bigger wrench. I just got swarmed by, I think I just got swarmed by the queen of the stink bug posse. Fuel lines, stink bugs. All right. Man, oh man, we're getting there. I'm ready for fuel and a battery, I think. A fuel, a battery, start figuring out this wiring, see what's what. Start trying to get an ignition to it. Start figuring out what I gotta do. But god dang, it's been a 4-year-long project. I've had this truck 4 years. So don't get discouraged, man. This is just ridiculous. It's taken me this long, but it has. We're still pushing forward, trying to get done. I'll wrap it up for tonight. I'm walking around in circles. It's about 9:30, trying to figure out what to get done. So that's the captain coming home, I'd say. They've been looking at Christmas lights. I've been trying to get stuff done while they was gone. I should have went with them. I know. Daggone Sammy called me the Grinch. Sorry, man. I've been a busy day, buddy. But we're getting a lot done, and we're getting there. And I probably got 6 or 8 things off the list that wasn't even on the list. So I'm going to call it a night, go relax, and get back at it tomorrow night.
What is up, guys? We had something super weird happen. In order for you to understand kind of how weird it is, I wanted to get on here and explain a little bit to you about the backstory of what happened. So, Tim grew up here, as you guys know, and there was a family that lived in the house that we now own for many years. And when he was growing up here in the campground, there was a little boy that lived there, and he was younger than Tim. And we live on a really busy street. And unfortunately, one day that little boy rode his bike into the road, and sadly he passed away from that. And throughout the years, Tim has had different experiences, and different things have happened, but there's never really been any kind of confirmation. that there was something paranormal happening. I said it, it's paranormal. So I was editing last night the video that you guys are watching, and that's why I'm putting it on this video. And there's a new feature on the app that we use to edit, and it's called voice isolation. So when you use that, it takes out all of the other sound. We used to be able to quiet down the background noise but not take it out completely, and now you can isolate just the voices. So in this clip I was editing, there was complete silence, like Tim wasn't talking, there was no movement, there was nothing really happening. And I thought I heard something in the clip when I was editing. I was like, that's really weird. So I refined it and I turned it up and I listened to it 100 times, and I waited for him to get home, and I was like, babe, listen, like, I was editing this video and this is what I found. Like, tell me what you hear. I didn't tell him what I heard. I said, tell me what you hear, which is what I'm telling you guys. I want you to tell me what you hear. So, if you hear the same thing I do, I think you will. But I had to watch it 10 times to hear it clearly, to understand. So he comes home and I said, babe, look, like, this is what happened. I'm editing this video and I hear this. What do you think it is? So I let him listen to it. And if you had seen his face, like, he just kind of turned a little pale and was like, when I tell you this, you're not gonna believe me. And I was like, I mean, I'll believe you because I've got this weird voice in our video and nobody else was in the barn with you. So I played it for him again, and he like keeps listening and he watches the clip and he's like, yeah, like, I don't know what that could possibly be. So we both agree that he heard the same thing that I heard. And what he told me was that it's crazy, when he was growing up, the little boy that passed away would sit in the tree line near the campground and he would say this, what we both heard, to Tim as he was a kid growing up. So in the clip that you see, Tim gets out of the truck and he turns around, and as soon as he faces the camera, that's when you hear what we hear. So I want you guys to tell me what you hear, because now I think for sure that we have a little ghost running around the barn, because no one was in there and there's no explanation for it otherwise. So we wanted to share this with you guys. We're gonna do some more recording down there and ask some questions and see if we can voice isolate and get any responses back. So normally we're not into this kind of thing, but this is where we live. And the barn is built where the little boy grew up, on the piece of property where the boy grew up. So we now own the house and the property, and that's where our barn is. So it would make sense that that's who it would be. And to me, it sounds like a really soft voice, like a childlike voice, which I didn't tell him that when he listened to it. So we honestly think that we've got something going on here that we can't really explain, and we're gonna look more into it, but we wanna know what your opinion is. So there wasn't an ending to this video, but this is it. So watch the clip at the end. If you haven't gotten tickets for our show yet, please get on Eventbrite and grab those. We're just trying to make it a great event for everybody, so we wanna know how many people we have to accommodate. That's why they're pre-sale. We're calling it a private event because it's at our house. So it's not just for anybody and everybody in the public. You have to buy a ticket to come. So we would love to see you there. Get on there and get them. We've got something really exciting coming. I can't wait for. I hope that if we don't see you guys between now and the holiday, you had a great holiday. And thank you guys so much for watching, and keep watching, sharing, subscribing, commenting. We love the comments, guys. So we will see you on the next one.